Hi, welcome to Myers ASMR. How are you? Are you relaxed? Relax. Be easier about this. Look for reasons to feel good, and if you can't find any, take a nap. Yeah, be easier about this. Look for reasons to feel good. And if you can't find any, just take a nap. Well, I just woke up from a nap and look what I made. Ooh, grits, salmon cake, and some leftover Sweetgreen salad. This is the kale Caesar. Yeah, from last night. Actually, everything is a leftover except for the grits. Don't you just love grits and fish? The secret to creamy grits is milk. Grits were always a treat in my house, believe it or not. It's not that they were in short supply. We just ate other things. Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, the grits are fresh off the stove. I can see the steam. Let's move on to the salad, which I hope has reached room temperature. Oh, I love these Parmesan crisps. This is next day salad that already had the dressing mixed in, and it's still good and crispy. As a kid, I used to mix up the eggs and grits together. It was so good. It still is good. Grits are one of the wonders of the world, right? Such a simple food. It's so simple, and you can do so much with them. You can really stretch a meal. there are ways to make grits more flavorful. Some people even sweeten them, which I've never done. I never felt the need to. If I wanted sweet, I would just have cream of wheat. We used to love some cream of wheat. Cream of wheat was almost like a treat because it tasted like dessert if you made it right. Grits are so good. Yep. I definitely had a southern mama. But I was born and raised up north. Where I currently still reside. Let's have some chips. I've learned not to be right up on the mic. I've been drinking a lot of plain filtered water lately. Oh, you know what time it is? It's that time in the video when we focus on getting better and better every way and every day. And today is with the help of this people skills book. So, let's see where we left off. I like giving these little nuggets and snippets because they help me out a lot. And they make me wonder why courses like this are not taught in elementary schools. You know, at the early stages when it really matters. Alrighty, so this chapter is called Being a Team Player. And these are some examples of difficulties and how to address them. We are a team, but we hardly ever see each other. People travel a lot or have other reasons to be away from the office. This phenomenon is becoming more prevalent than ever. Explore how to increase email communication in conference calls or use meeting shareware to keep your team members communicating. I'd like to partner with some of my colleagues, but they seem busy doing their own things. Develop a small project you would like to do with someone else. Present it so that the other person can't reject your invitation to collaborate. Maybe greater collegiality will grow from there. I wind up doing all the work. The group has become used to your rescuing it from disaster. Select the very next opportunity in which you think it's worth the risk to insist that others have to contribute. Stay positive by saying something like, I would like your help here. When I do the grunt work myself, I start to feel resentful. I want to feel good about our working relationship. Keep forging ahead despite the difficulties. Remind yourself daily of the benefits you'll gain by being a better team player. Encourage others to give you feedback about your progress. So the last part is called shifting gears. It's often good advice to be yourself. If you're in your 50s, you would not pass as a cool teenager in the company of adolescents. If you're a formal person, you would probably look and feel ridiculous being flamboyant. It's hard to pretend to be the kind of person you aren't, and it's often counterproductive. You lose your genuineness and dampen the many strengths you've taken a lifetime to develop. You also confuse other people who know you for who you are and are disconcerted when you behave differently. Nevertheless, high PQ people know that there are times when it's necessary to shift gears. They don't change with the winds like most politicians, but they appreciate that when things are stuck, behaving in new ways can get things moving again. The Bible provides interesting cases in point. The biblical Jacob represents an intriguing example of someone with many personal strengths who had difficulty shifting gears. The younger twin brother of Esau, Jacob pretended at his mother's urging to be Esau so that his nearly blind father, Isaac, would bestow upon him the blessing of inheritance. If he had not done so, Esau, the firstborn but of questionable character, would have succeeded Isaac. At the same time, Jacob's deceit created a nearly fatal estrangement from his brother Esau. To his credit, Jacob did well with his responsibility. He spiritually wrestled with the angel of God and survived. He became a vital link in the transmission of the biblical covenant between God and the Israelites. Through his two wives, Leah and Rachel, and his concubines, he had 12 sons who became the heads of the 12 tribes of Israel. However, his own life was marked by anguish and pain, especially over the apparent death of his favorite son, Joseph, who in fact was sold into slavery by his jealous brothers. The tragedy occurred because Jacob did not learn from his own childhood experience of sibling rivalry and gave his favorite son a coat of many colors and a special place in his heart. The biblical Moses, on the other hand, became the greatest leader of the Israelites by shifting gears. Raised in the household of Pharaoh, he became a prince of Egypt. But on discovering Pharaoh's harsh treatment of the Israelite slaves, Moses gave up his royal home and became a shepherd in the wilderness, where God revealed himself to Moses and gave him the mission to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. Not sure that he had the talent to persuade Pharaoh to let my people go, he nonetheless accepted the leadership role in which God placed him. With the help of 10 plagues, Pharaoh relented and let the Israelites leave for a 40-year journey to the Promised Land. During the wanderings, Moses adopted the only leadership style he had ever known and took on the responsibility to be the sole arbiter of all matters and complaints the Israelites brought to him. When the burden became too great once again, Moses shifted gears. He was receptive to the sage advice of his father-in-law Jethro and created a council of elders to administer to the people. This act allowed the Israelites to make the transition from a generation of slaves to a vibrant nation. Shifting gears when necessary is smart. If you think about it, most conflicts between people and even nations persist because each side is waiting for the other to change. As a result, nothing changes, everything stays the same. The intelligent way to create change is to change yourself first. Even if you think it is unfair to have to make the first move, it's still people smart to do it. We all know that when relationships are not going well, each party tries to satisfy itself by proclaiming moral superiority or virtue. But the situation is still frozen and new growth can't occur. A change in your behavior may be the catalyst for a change in the other person's behavior. Isn't that something to think about? And I'm going to leave it there and put a mark where to pick up next. I just love these wise nuggets. And they remind me, too, about ways to be and behave. You know, sometimes it becomes too easy to just fall into, I would say, patterns of behavior that don't work, but we might see them modeled in front of us. And then it seems like, well, they're doing it or they're getting away with it. And we really don't know what's going on with them. Most likely they're feeling the consequences of their poor interpersonal skills. And of course, like most people, they're blaming everyone else around them for being hard to deal with. So, hey, I am open to sponsorships and collaborations, and not just food products, but all sorts of things. So let me know. Maybe you have a product that you yourself created or you're developing and you want me to test the prototype. Maybe you have some goods that you're selling, or you want to get rid of some extra merchandise and you want me to test some technology, what have you. You want me to try some food, some makeup, clothing, jewelry, what have you, hair pieces, wigs, weaves. I'm open to the sponsorship, so let's talk. And remember that to be easier about this, find reasons to feel good. And if you can't find any, then take a nap. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe, donate to the cause. Catch me in the next video, and may you find lasting happiness.